Horseracingkid signing on to handicap the Kentucky Derby card from Churchill Downs here on Saturday, May the 7th, 2011. I'm going to handicap all the stake races, including the $2 million. You know what you've been waiting for, the $2 million Kentucky Derby. Let's start off, but that's the last stake race on the card. But let's start off in order with races 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the feature 11th race, what is the Kentucky Derby. Let's go on to race number 6, was the 17th running of the Twin Spires Turf Sprint. Grade 3, it purse $100,000 for thrills and upward. Going 5 furlongs. Turf Sprint is the first of the Turf Sprint, and all stakes pick 6 tomorrow. We do have a field of 9. I'm going to go to 2 horse, Regally Ready. 3-1, Corey Nakatani's jockey, Steve Asmussen trains. Last time out, on April the 16th of 2011 in the Sin Simone Stakes at Santa Anita. 6.5 furlongs down the hill, 1 by nose. He was on the inside that day, but he was clear and held the game that day at the 6th post. Then on March the 18th, 6.5 in the J. Hernandez Stakes at Santa Anita, 1 by 1 3/4 lengths. Angled in, but was ridden out that day. February the 4th at 6.5 in the launch race at Santa Anita for $68,000, 1 by 3 3/4 lengths. It was clear and he was ridden out that day. 6.5 on January the 1st in the Daytona handicap, came in 3rd. He had a rebid at the start, but led and held 3. He had 3rd. And they actually did run a start over the Churchill course. His only start at Churchill was a 5 furlong turf sprint on November the 20th in the launch race. Jamie Tarriott was up that day, 1 by 7 3/4 lengths. As the rider was pleased that day. So I'm going with this one. I like this horse here, 3-1. So recap my bets for race number 6 from Churchill Downs to Twin Spires Turf Sprint. Going with the 2. Now let's get on to race number 7. What is the 25th running of the Humana Distaff? Grade 1, purse $300,000 for Philly Mares, rolls upward, going 7 furlongs. And I'll be telling you, I'll be playing these horses. Me and my dad are going to be playing the Derby tomorrow, and we will be playing it on TVG. I'll be playing it on TVG free. It's free money, so you could sign up. Field of 8, and I'm going to go with the 3 horse here. Evening Jewel, 5-1. Victor Espinosa's jockey. Last time out, did run a Keelan Racecourse 7 furlongs in the April 14th start in the Madison Stakes Grade 1. Came 4th by 3 lengths that day. He had a shoe repair that day and had a bold move that day. Then on February 26th at Santa Anita, 1 mile in the Violent Dancer Stakes, came 2nd by 1 1/4 lengths. Lacked room at the 5/16 to 3/16 pole. He just never got up there that day. He was just a lot of traffic. Mile 16th in Sunshine Millions Distaff on January 9th, 1 by half length. He had a bid that day, led 3 wide and held between. 7 furlongs, perfect distance, has already ran here in the past. Ran actually November the 5th of 2010 at Churchill, 7 furlongs in the Breeze Cup Philly Mare Sprint, came in 3rd. He was a good run that day from the quarter pole. This horse has run twice over here. He came in 2nd or 3rd, 2nd last year on April 30th. Mile 8th in Kentucky Oaks, came 2nd by nose, 3 wide, but missed. He did break from the 14 holes that day too. So I'm going with this one. So recap my bets for race number 7 from Churchill Downs, going with the 3. And please remember, go to Horseracingkid.com for more picks. The whole card I'll be having picks on there for Churchill Downs. So go to the selections area and I will have it there. Let's get on to race number 8 from Churchill. What is the 26th running of the Churchill Downs Distaff Turf Mile, Grade 2, purse $200,000 for Phillies Mares, drills on upward, going 1 mile. We have a field of 11, and I'm going with the 6 horse, going 1 mile. And I'm going with the 6 horse here. Number 6, Aruna, 4-1. Grand Motion trains Ramon Dominguez, jockey, 4-1. Last time out, did run at Churchill Downs on November 20th, mile 16th in the Miss Revere Stakes, 1 by 3 1/4 lengths that day. He had a bid 5 wide that day, be cleared. Then October 11th at Belmont Park, 1 mile in the Pebble Stakes, 1 by 3 lengths. He was 4 wide at 3/8 pole, but rolled home that day. Then at Saratoga on September 6th in the launch race, 53,000, 1 by head, 4 wide into the stretch, and was just up at the water for a head. Then on May the 23rd, at Longchamp, mile quarter in the Prox de Allure Stakes, came in 6th, towards the rear, wide into the stretch, and 2.5 out, evenly date. I really like this horse here at the distance, 6 and 3. So he has come 6 and 3, 3 wins. Has come in the money 3, 4, 5 of those times. Only missed once out of the money. at the mile distance. I really like this horse here. The miss was actually fourth, so 4-1 has the stakes experience. 4-1, nice price here. Give him a shot. So recap my bets. Race number 8 from Churchill Downs going for 6. Let's get on to race number 9. What is the 77th ring of the Churchill Downs Stakes, Grade 2. Purse $300,000 for 3 rows and upward, and the races actually will be on Versus tomorrow, a channel called Versus. They show hockey games and such. And then NBC for the Derby. Larry Comas, this will be his first Derby. Good luck to him. So yeah, ninth race is Churchill Downs Stakes, 7 furlongs ahead of him, field of 12, and I am gonna do a trifecta here of the 2-7-10. Number 2, Smiling Tiger, 7-2, Joel Rosario. Last time out there on April the 14th at Oaklawn Park, 6 furlongs in the complete stakes. Won by 2.5 lengths. He was off slow at the start, but he was 5 wide at the full of the run. I like that start very much. I watched that race live. That's one of the horses I remembered. Then San Anita won a wet fast going on February 19th, 7 furlongs in San Carlos Stakes. Won by head. Followed at the start, 4 wide into lane, but just came up there for the head. A third in the Palos Verdes Stakes at San Anita, 6 furlongs on January 22nd. Inside trip that they held third, just never came up. A second in the Malibu Stakes, November 26th, San Anita, 7 furlongs. He led into the stretch, but was edged on that day. British Cup Sprinter Churchill, 6 furlongs, November 6th. Came in third. He bobbled and drifted out that day. I really like this horse here, 7-2. And I'm going with the 7 horse here. Number 7, IB Boy. IB Boy is 12-1. Todd Pletcher trains. Last time out, did run at Gulfstream Park, 6.5 furlongs in the Shackleton Stakes. Came in 4th that day. Then at the Empire Classic, October 23rd, came in 9th that day. Just never came up that day. He's 3 wide and tired. Saratoga on November 25th and mile length in the Albany Stakes, came in 2nd. He had drifted straight into the edge, into this lane. At the Fairgrounds, mile 16th in the New York Derby, won by half lengths driving that day, and then the Michael Lee Stakes came in 3rd. So I do like this horse here a lot, 12-1. I always thought this horse as a sprinter, not as a horse going long. Perfect distance, 7 furlongs. So yeah, going with this one. And I'm going with the 10, who's my top pick to win, Noble's Promise. Hasn't started since November the 26th and December the 26th, 7 furlongs in the Malibu Stakes. Came 5th that day. He stalked, had no late bid that day. Then at Churchill Downs on November the 5th, 6 furlongs in the Jimmy V Stakes, overnight stakes, won by 2.25 lengths, 3 wide in the stretch but was driving. Royal Ascot, 1 mile on the St. James Palace Stakes, came 5th, 3 wide but was driving that day. 5th on the rail, angled out, brief bid at 2 furlong pole, but drifted out left. Then Kentucky Derby last year, my top pick from last year's Derby, May the 1st on the slot Kentucky Derby, came 5th by 6 lengths, carried it in at the stretch, led but tired. He just never got up there that day. I do like this horse here a lot, very much so. So I'm going with this one. So recap my bets for race number 9 from Churchill Downs and the Churchill Downs Stakes, going to 2, 7, 10, as the 10 is my top pick, and my second choice would be the 7 horse IB Boy. Let's go on to race number 10. We are 1 race away from the Kentucky Derby. Let's go on to race number 10. What is the Woodford Reserve Turf Classic Stakes? Going mile length on the turf course. It's stakes for 3-year-olds and upward. It is the 25th running of this race. For 3-year-olds and upwards, going a mile and 8. We have a field of 17. I can tell you the scratches right now. Number 1, Little Mike has been scratched. Right now, Caracatado, Citrus Kid, and Riviera Cocktail have been scratched for sure. We do have, so I'm going to go with the 12-13 here. Number 12, Court Vision. 4-1, Robbie Alvarado's jockey. He actually broke his nose earlier in the week at Churchill. IEA stable trains. Last time out on April the 15th at Keeneland, 1 mile in the Maker's Mark mile. Came 4th by 3 lengths. He had a bid on the inside, but flattened that day from 8 horse field. November the 27th at Hollywood Park, mile 16th in the Citation handicap. Came 4th by 2 lengths. He bobbled at the start and he's 5 wide that day. Then at Churchill Downs, 1 mile in the British Cup mile. Came in 5th on November the 6th. He's 4 wide, improved in his position that day. September the 19th, Woodbine mile. Won that day. Black Surge. He did win $1 million that day. And then came second last year's Yielding Going in Mile 8th Indy Turf Classic. Came second by a neck, leading 4 wide, and led was denied. He actually came second to him, the winner of that race. I remember having that horse, General Quarters. So I'm going with this one and going to 13 horse, number 13, Battle Hastings. Last 12-1, Joel Rosario. Last time out there on April the 9th of 2011 at Keeneland 1 mile 8th for a 66,000 allowance race. Came third by 2 lengths. He's off on the inside but weakened that day. Gulfstream 1 mile 8th in the Gulfstream Park turf. Came fourth, swung out late and had a late gain. On January 9th in the Fort Lauderdale Stakes, came sixth. And then won the River City at mile 8th on November the 4th at Churchill. Loves this course, 3-1. He has 1 win and a second. I really like this horse here. Hasn't finished, has 3 starts. As coming money, he has his worst finish here was 4th. If you get his game together, I bet you this horse has it. So recap my bets for race number 10. The Woodford Reserve Turf Classic going with 12-13. Now let's get to the big one. The 11th race. It is the Kentucky Derby presented by Yum France. It is the 137th running of this race. Purse $2 million for 3-year-olds. Now let's go over our field in this year's race. So you got my field here. Let's go over the field for the 137th running of this race. Number 1, Arch, John Court have morning line odds of 10-1. Number 2, Brilliant Speed, Joel Rosario, 30-1. Twice Appeal, Calvin Burrell, 20-1. Who was actually at the morning line, I think, when the morning line ended. He was around 10-1. Stay Thirsty, Ramon Dominguez, 20-1. Number 5, Decisive Moment, Kerwin Clark, 30-1. 6, Comet to the Top, Patrick Valenzuela, P-Val, 30-1. Pansum's Fire, number 7, Rosie Napravnik, who was at 20-1. Dialed In, Julian Leperoux, 4-1. Number 9, Derby Kitten, Javier Castellano, 30-1. Number 10, Twin Inspired, Mike Smith, 30-1. Master of Hounds, Garrett Gomez, 31, trained by Aiden O'Brien. Sentiva, Sean Bridgman, 30-1. Mucho Macho Man, Rajiv Marag, 12-1. Shackleford, Jesus Casnan, 12-1. 10-1 for Midnight Interlude, who's number 15, Victor Espinosa. 16, Animal Kingdom, Robbie Alvarado, 30-1. Sold That is number 17, Alan Garcia, 12-1. Scratch number 18, Uncle Mo, who's out. Number 19, Nero, Corin Akatani, 6-1, and all the way from the Nowhere's land, probably the second worst posters in the field. Number 20, Watch Me Go, Rafael Berjurano, 50-1. So yeah, 20 horses. I'm gonna do a super high five for you, and this is how I'm gonna play tomorrow. I'm gonna give you 5 horses to go with my super high five. I'm gonna play that into a 10-cent super. My dad's betting it. It's the only time of year bet. My dad, he bets it for me. I'm gonna play super high five here. Play a superfecta for 10 cents here, if you can. If not, $1 superfecta. I would play and then I'm gonna play each horse to win. Not to see how that goes. And I'm gonna play my top pick across the board. And here is my ticket. I'm gonna go for my super high five ticket, and my win horses are gonna be possible winners. Number 1, 6, 7, 11, 15. Number 1 is Arch, the first horse I'm going to talk about. 10-1, John Court's first Kentucky Derby. Not my top pick, but he has a very nice horse here. Last start on April 16th at Oaklawn Park, a mile 8th in the Arkansas Derby. Won by a neck that day at 25-1. He had a 4-wide gain, late bid, and held that day from the field of 13. Oaklawn Park, March 19 mile 16th in Rebel Stakes, won by 3 and 6th length. He was on the inside, outkicked the place that day. Oaklawn Park, 1 mile February 21st in the Southwest Stakes, won by a length. 4 wide at the trip. He had drifted in at the end of the race. This horse has run over a bad surface, like a wet surface, on a good going. Came in 4th by 13 and a quarter lengths. I like this horse here a lot. Possibly he could be winning it. I'm not sure. So yeah, going with this one. And I'm going with the 6th horse here, Comma to the Top, who's 31, and he is my top pick to win. Patrick Valenzuela. Remember P-Val? He won Sunday Silence back in 1989. Remember the big easy goer and Sunday Silence? But I think Sunday Silence was the better horse. 31, Patrick Valenzuela, Peter Miller. Last time out there on April 9th at San Anita Park. in the San Diego Derby. Came second by a head, by a head behind Midnight Interlude. Drifted out in the stretch, but was caught that day. In the San Felipe San Diego Park Mile 16th, March 12th, came a fourth. Drifted out in the stretch, but weakened. A fourth in the El Camino Real Derby on February 12th at Golden Gate Fields, 1 mile and 8th. Drifted out in the lane. He has a bad case of drifting, this horse. A very, very bad case of drifting. Hollywood Park Mile 16th, cash call for 31. He had a bid clear and was driving that day. If Patrick Valenzuela could keep the horse's head straight, I don't think he could drift. In the Generous Stakes on turf on November the 27th, won that day in the Generous 1 mile on turf, drifted out in the stretch but held on. I think this horse could get this race done. I was looking at him for the past 3 weeks. Very, very hard to beat. Though if it rains tomorrow, I'm not sure. I didn't check the weather report yet. If it rains, I'm gonna be very, very nervous. So yeah, and I'm going to 7. Who, if it does rain, number 7 is gonna be my top pick. Pence on Fire. Rosie Napravnik, 20-1. Kelly Breen is a trainer. Rosie Napravnik, the woman jockey, 20-1 last time out. They run on March 26th, a mile and 8th in the Louisiana Derby, Grade 2 for $1 million. He won by a neck that day. I actually had this horse that day. He dueled gamely in the stretch that day. And the Fairgrounds Mile 16th in the Risen Star Stakes on February 19th. Came in 6th behind Mucho Macho Man. 3 at the first turn. 5-6 wide at the second turn. Just never got up there. And the Like Command Stakes came second by head on January 22nd, a mile 40 yards. Was 1-70. He was 2 to 3 wide at the turns, but was denied the win. On the Count Fleet Stakes at Aqueduct, January 1st, mile 70 yards, came in 3rd. He was tested at the quarter pole weekend. Has won over the mud already on a sloppy going. Delaware Park on the slop, 1 mile main special weight, won by 7 lengths. So he did love the mud that day in a field of 7. He kept on his task that day. 20-1. I do like this horse here a lot, and I'm gonna go with the 11 horse here, Master of Hounds, your Irish shipper, who could be another upsetter here, because I have the pace. I have some of the pace. I have a lot of closers here. But number 11, Master of Hounds, 30-1, Mr. and Mrs. John Magler owns. Garrett Gomez jockey, Aiden O'Brien trains. Last time out there on the Maidan, March 22nd in the UA Derby, came second by nose. He tracked the leader, led 200 meters out, ran on well, headed on line. Second that day. Then the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf on November the 6th, Churchill Downs 1 mile, came 6th. He was steadied early, 4 wide into stretch, just never got up there again. Doncaster 1 mile on October 23rd in the Racing Post Trophy, came in 3rd. He was rated at the near 3rd, furlong out, 1 pace. I just like this horse here a lot. I think this horse could get it up there. And I'm going to go with the 15 horse, number 15, who would be my second choice, Midnight Interlude. 10-1, Victor Espinosa, Bob Baffert trains. 10-1, and I have to tell you something good. I was watching the Derby draw on Versus a couple days ago, and Bob Baffert's wife in an interview said, if you draw the 1 hole, I'm not going to win the plane. So it's a very funny story. They didn't get the 1 hole. They got something probably a little better. I'd rather take the 15 hole than the 1 hole, starting in Auxiliary Gate that day. No, not actually. Yeah, it's actually the horse is starting in Auxiliary Gate. 10-1 Victor Espinosa. Last time out there on April the 9th at San Diego, 1 mile length in the San Diego Derby, won by head, 4 wide in the lane, steadied at the 8th pole. Then at March the 20th, a wet fast going 1 mile main special weight for 54,000, won by 8.5 lengths. Was on the inside and that day in late. Then San Diego 1 mile on the main special at 55,000 in February 26th. Came second, bid 3 wide at 3/8 pole, was willing. January 29th, San Diego 6 furlong main special weight, came in 3rd, but pulled in. So yeah, I like this horse. He's my second choice. I could even play him across the board if I wanted to, but he is my second choice. So yeah, no horse has ever won the Derby in 100 years. No horse in 100 years has ever won the Derby who wasn't raced as a 2-year-old. I do like this horse here a lot. He was actually a late addition to my ticket. I would have had Uncle Mo as my second choice here. He scratched, so I took him in, and I'm very, very interested in this horse because he did come on. He was 4 wide in the lane, steadied at the 8th pole, but was driving. If he could stay late that day and drive the extra furlong out, I think this horse could actually have it. So I would play one place on this horse. I would do a very nice with this horse. So I do like this horse here. So recap my bets for race number 11. The Kentucky Derby presented by Yum Brands. I'm going to go with the 1, 6, 7, 11, 15. My super high five will include 1, 6, 7, 11, 15. I'll do a superfecta box 1, 6, 7, 11, 15. And then my top pick is actually number 6, Comet to the Top, and my second choice would be number 15, Midnight Interlude. But I do like them all. I'm gonna play them all to win. It's probably nothing. I shouldn't do that, but if anyone win, I'll probably get my money back. My dad's playing it for me. So this is your Horse Racing Kid signing off for number. Good luck to all. Have a nice Derby day. Good luck to all. Don't have a lot of mint juleps. Good luck, and go to horseracingkid.com. Good luck to all.